The Big Bang Theory is often used by atheists and evolutionists to explain the origins of the universe, although without God. Right? Science has discovered evidence that the universe came into existence in a massive explosion of the perfect combination of temperature, velocity, mass, and density. But did you know that the Big Bang Theory is compatible with the Bible? That believing in both is okay? You see, Genesis 1:1 gives us the details of life's origin. It speaks to a massive explosion of all things, of all the matter and space and time in the universe from nothing. But this verse does something science can't do. You see, it goes beyond just the what or the how. What came into existence and how did it come into existence? You see, this verse begins a more important conversation of why. Why there is something rather than nothing. Why did God make it? And this gives us confidence in our faith. This is beneficial to us as Christians, as we'll see. So let's read Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. I love how the Bible starts with the beginning of reality. Before there was anything, time, matter, or space, there was God. Now, the fact that God was there before anything else is essential because nothing begets nothing, right? Nothing can create something, it's nothing. There has to be something, and God is that first something. He's that self-existing, uncaused first cause, as Aristotle, then later Thomas Aquinas, both discovered. You see, from him comes all things in the universe, space, matter, and time. The heavens, to ancient Near Eastern context, were space. It's where everything exists. Matter, we have the earth, we have the materiality of the universe, and then time. Time is simply the measure of change. There is no change with God, so time is irrelevant. But once matter comes into the picture, we have time. And so we have the beginning of everything. And God is the source of everything. God created everything, but the text also tells us that he created it from nothing. You see, the word created in Hebrew is bara, and it is only used when God creates something that didn't first exist. We see it here in Genesis 1:1, we'll see it in verse 21, and then also in verse 27 when God creates animals and then humans. He created something in each of us that is different, that didn't exist before. But the question is why is this important to us as believers? Why is it important to know that God is the source of all things, that he created all things from nothing? Well, number one is it gives us confidence in Scripture. You see, it gives us confidence that the Bible agrees with itself, that from Genesis 1:1 all the way through to the end of Revelation, that all things made through him and that nothing was made apart from him is consistent. But it also gives us confidence in Scripture that it agrees with reality, right? That science, which is actually returning to its original purpose to discover God in creation, as we see in Romans 1:20. It's getting back to the fact that God is the intelligent designer that's evident anywhere and everywhere we look. So we believe we can have confidence that the Bible is true. Secondly, it gives us confidence in our faith. It sets the premise that the God of the Bible that we believe in is God, that he is omnipotent and there is nothing he can't do, that he is the source of all things, right? When you feel hopeless because you have problems in your life that you can't fix, when you look out into the world and you watch the news and you see how broken everything is, you can know that God can do anything. He created everything from nothing. He can easily fix those things, right? There's nothing he can't do. And even when we feel constrained and limited by the laws of nature, God isn't. He's not bound by the laws that he created. He can raise the dead. He can overcome infertility. He can heal diseases. He can use evil and suffering for good like he did with Jesus on the cross, bringing salvation to the world. There is nothing God can't do. And when we have confidence in the truthfulness of verse 1, there is nothing we should doubt or disbelieve when it comes to God. You see, problems actually arise when we doubt that God can. That God can provide for us financially, that God can resolve problems at work or home, that God can heal or use our suffering and pain, that God can help us overcome temptation, that God can satisfy the deepest desires of our heart. You see, when we doubt God, we turn away from him and towards anything that promises to help. That's when problems arise because food, sex, drugs, relationships, work, our efforts, anything, they can't. They will fail, and in pursuing these as idols, they will ruin our lives. So in conclusion, when Christians believe and are reminded of Genesis 1:1, that God created everything from nothing, they can live without fear or doubt, with unshakable faith that God can do anything and everything. So the point of application is this: look at your life, look at your problems, look at your challenges, look at the world, and ask, can God handle this? Can the creator of the universe handle the problems in my life? If your answer is no, let me encourage you to pray for your doubt. But let me also encourage you, study the natural world. Look at the world around you. Look at how God creates DNA with these little microbacteries within our cells. Look at how God causes trees to photosynthesize with a straw structure within their vascular tissue. Look at the universe and the solar system and how Earth is so perfectly placed in this solar system. Look at how God designed everything and have faith that he can do anything in your life. And if your answer is yes, then give him your problems, give him your life, and trust that whatever he wants to do with it, he can handle it and it'll be what is good. Right? Allow God to turn your nothing but bad into something great.